So welcome to iSkew Summit Karnataka 2021. My name is Ranjit Keshav. It's a pleasure having all of you. We did the summit last week. We had few students from Karnataka who had participated very actively, and I was quite happy with their engagement in our summit. And I said, why not we do a summit exclusively for Karnataka? So we contacted a lot of students, and I think close to around 30 students have turned up, and I'm quite happy. Uh, it is important that you understand certain things at the right time because some of you might know about it, some of you may not know about it, but you should understand what you're going through right now, because all of you are in a campus to eventually find a job and then build your career. I hope I'm right with that. Is it true? To find a job and build your career, is that true? Is that what you're there for in your campus? Yeah, Arvinda says yes. Yeah, Sri Harsha says true, sir. Yeah. Prapti says yes. And more than that, I would say to get a job, build a career, make some money, take care of your parents, and have a good standard of living for your family. Isn't that the truth? To have a good standard of living for your family, right? Yeah, and he says exactly. Shobit says exactly. Yeah, correct. So I mean that's the whole idea of getting educated, right? I mean, for me, education is a very simple thing. I got educated, I got a job, I built my career, I made money, I was able to improve my standard of living. So it's very simple. If I was riding a Honda Activa when I was in my college, I'm able to drive a Honda City at this point of time. And for me, that is standard of living. And I think that should be the a sense of purpose of each and every student when they are in a campus. So when you have such a great sense of purpose of improving your standard of living and trying to support your father and your mother, I always say this to students, and I want everybody, even though I just have like 25 students, I want each and one of you to take back this line from this session, which is every action and decision that you take today should connect you with your sense of purpose. That is very important, right? If you have a sense of purpose in your life, if you have a goal in your life, every day that you get up and you make a decision, you decide to take an action, that has to connect you to your sense of purpose. Otherwise, there is absolutely no point. Like certain students, they don't feel like studying, they don't feel like preparing, they don't feel like getting to know anything. That is perfectly fine. If their sense of purpose in life is not to do anything, if their sense of purpose in life is not to achieve anything, if their sense of purpose in life is to just go like how it is going to come their way, it is perfectly fine. But there's a Swati or a Shobit or Sriharsha or Akshay or Prapti who wants to do really well in their life, get jobs in top companies, or reach the top level, make a lot of money, good standard of living. If that is your sense of purpose, then probably every day that you get up, every decision and every action that you take must connect you to that sense of purpose. Now that I have 28 people who have come for this session, you guys don't know me. You guys don't know who I am. Somebody just sent you an email, somebody just called you up, somebody sent you a message saying that an iSkew summit is happening. You don't even know what is iSkew. But somewhere inside you, you took the decision to come and attend the summit. You took the action to log in and you're listening to me right now. It is because you somehow subconsciously deep inside you, you believe that this is actually connected with my sense of purpose. Like every question that I saw right now, you guys are connecting that question to your sense of purpose. Am I right or wrong? You have to tell me, am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? Can I? Correct, of course, right? So that means you are on the right track. And that itself is the first step towards success, correct? The first step towards success is whether you need to ask yourself, am I going in the right path? What I will do there, how I'll do there, what will happen, if I do something, those are all secondary questions. The first and the foremost point is, am I going in the right direction? And if you ask me, all the 28 students who are part of this summit, you guys are going in the right direction. So your number one job is done. Don't worry about it. So the moment I say your number one job is done, your competition has just come down to 30%. Trust me when I say this. If there are 100 engineers in India, 70% of them, they don't even know the direction. Or maybe half of them don't even know the direction, 35. The rest 35 probably have taken the direction that they wanted to do it. But probably those 30% who have taken the right direction, if you are there, if you are part of that 30%, then your competition is not those 100 engineers. Your competition is just 30 engineers. And that is the advantage. if you start taking the right direction, because you don't have to compete with everybody, because everybody doesn't know the right path and you know it. For me, I think you guys are absolutely fantastic. I think you guys are absolutely great. You are on the right track. You have taken the first step right. So don't you worry about anything else that is going to come your way. Now, I'm gonna show you something right now. Okay. I hope you guys can see this river, everyone. Can you guys see this river? Okay, Shobit says he can see the river. All right. So I don't know how many of you have heard about this place, but the place name is Honduras. So this is a bridge which is situated in Honduras. Honduras is in Central America, and the bridge name is Choluteca. Choluteca is how they pronounce it. I think there must be other pronunciations as well. But this is an amazing bridge. You know, Choluteca Bridge in Honduras, which is in Central America. Now, what is so significant about this bridge? You know, you just look at this bridge. This bridge is like any other bridge in the world, right? I mean, there is no speciality to it, like a Howrah Bridge in Calcutta. There is no speciality to it. The Choluteca Bridge is just a common-looking bridge, right? Now, you need to hear this very, very carefully, everyone. Now, this bridge was built somehow in 1936. You know, 1936 or 1930 is when 1930, I think 1930 is when they had built this bridge. Yeah, 1930. Aishwarya says correct. It was in 1930, and this particular place, Honduras, it is actually known for the hurricanes and the storm. So the weather conditions are like quite rough all the time in Honduras, and it is always like that. People find it very difficult to connect from one place to another, to travel from one place to other. You know, the hospital, it's inhospitable most of the time. So it's a huge challenge for people at Honduras, and this bridge was like a blessing for all of them. In 1996, they decided to renovate this bridge. The Honduras government, you know, they decided that this bridge will play a very, very important role in the lives of people. Since this place is like susceptible to storm and hurricane and flood and stuff, this bridge should help. So what they did is they got the best of the technology from Japan. They got the best of the technology from Japan to come and renovate the entire bridge. So Japanese people came, they did a fabulous, marvelous job. They built the best of the bridge with the state-of-art technology. In 1998, the bridge was open to everyone. People started driving. People were literally celebrating. Now, what happened next? So the bridge was built in 1930. It was renovated in 1996, opened to public in 1998. It was considered to be a modern day marvel. But what happened in 1998, soon after it was opened? In the month of October, Hurricane Mitch had hit Honduras. So what did Hurricane Mitch do? It just rained like 4 days continuously, and it was 75 inches. So the rainfall that they had received in 4 days was equivalent to the rainfall that they would normally receive in 6 months. So after the bridge was opened, the storm, the hurricane, everything went bad. It started raining profusely, 75 inches rain, and the amount of rainfall was equivalent to what they would receive in 6 months. The river swelled and it flooded. 7,000 people lost their lives. And you should remember this, all the bridges were destroyed except for Choluteca. It didn't collapse because it was absolutely rock solid, because it was built by some of the best engineers in the world. Are you clear till now, everyone? Did you understand the scenario, everyone? Great, great, Shobit. But there was a problem. But there was a huge problem with the place, with the bridge, that nobody anticipated that it would happen. So what was the problem? If you see the same bridge, now if you see this bridge, you would see the river flowing under the bridge. But after Hurricane Mitch, what happened? The river had changed its direction. The roads were washed off. The complete people were not able to access the other location. The river had changed its direction, and now what happened? The bridge was standing there, rock solid, state of the art technology, like an absolute marvel for no reason. What you see on the screen right now is the same bridge. Now, what is the whole purpose of having that bridge? Do you think, is there any purpose in having that bridge anymore? Do you think so? Anyone? Do you think there is any purpose in having that bridge anymore over there? No, because the river had changed its direction. The bridge was standing there for no reason. So that means they had built the best solution possible in the world, but they didn't anticipate the problem to change. The problem was there, they built a solution, but they didn't anticipate the problem to change. Now, this is where somebody said, you should not have built that bridge to last. You should have built that bridge to adapt to different situations. Now, why did I tell you this analogy? Now, this is where you need to keep a close concentration. They focused on creating the best solution for the problem, but they did not anticipate the problem itself to change its course. Now that's what happened. If you ask me, did they create an amazing sort of a solution? Absolutely. But the problem is they didn't anticipate the problem to change. Now let me come to your scenario. The system that you and me are part of, the engineering education system that we are part of, what is the system identified problem for both of us? The system says we need to get job for students. A student is coming to an engineering college, the engineering college, the university system says we need to get a job for the student. We need to supply engineers to society, because if the world has to move forward, engineers have a huge role to play, because the solutions are, we have new problems, so we need new engineers to come out with new solutions. So the society requires engineers. Also, if there is a demand by the society, we need to supply the engineers as well. So these are the basic three problems that the system is trying to solve. So to get jobs for the students, supply engineers to the society, bridge the gap between the growing demand and supply. So what was the best solution that the system built? Provide them with the best education, infrastructure, good teachers. So if Anish, Prapti, Pujita, Aravinda, Hanina, if people like you, if you are part of an engineering college, what they have done is they have given you the best of the infrastructure, syllabus, teachers, everything. They also gave you training programs, right? I mean, I'm very sure that all of you have attended your training programs. That is definitely there. Technical program, aptitude training programs, English communication skills. Yes or no? Didn't you attend? Yeah. So all of you have attended your placement training programs in your college, so that your college is trying to say that we would, when final year, when campus placement happens, we want all you people to be trained, skillful enough in getting jobs. Yes, everybody says yes, which is good. Your college is doing a fantastic job. Also, the college said, we will get you campus placement opportunities. That means we will get those companies come to the campus to recruit you people. So companies like TCS and Infosys and Cognizant and MRF and core companies, they come to your campus, or maybe they conduct pool placements, like they invite you to another college, or maybe I think Karnataka University, which is VTU, I guess. So VTU, would probably conduct a placement for all the students who are eligible for an interview. So they found solutions for all the problems that was mentioned, in the beginning, system identified problems. Are you clear until here, everyone? Great. Is my pace okay? My sound okay? Is it good enough? Okay. I cannot talk to you in Kannada because all I know in Kannada is Gottilla. Gottilla, I think towards the end, if we have some time, please teach me some Kannada, because all I know is Gottilla. Okay, all right. So now what is the biggest problem? Now, if you look at the pop-up that just came, all of this is in a normal scenario. Normal scenario is like where colleges have opened, teachers are about to teach you, they are about, they get you trained and everything. It's a normal scenario when the system identified problem and the solution. So that means if you look at the analogy that I explained at the beginning, there was a problem at Honduras and they built a bridge and the problem is solved in a normal scenario. Now what is happening? Now, the biggest problem why we are doing this virtual session, we are doing a virtual session because you can't go to your campus. I can't go to a college and train people. That is the biggest problem, right? So all of us are asking this question, when would we have a vaccine? When is a vaccine going to come? Quite unfortunately, the vaccine, in all honesty and goodness, I'm telling you, the vaccine I don't think is going to come before March next year. It is quite unlikely. If you look at this PPT, the slide right now, it is by Guardian, which is one of the most reputed online publications. They're one of the best journalistic houses in the world. So this is their article where they have said currently, this July 30th, you should see that, which is quite latest. So where they have said that there are 142 teams currently working on a corona vaccine trial. 17 teams are in phase 1, 13 are in phase 2. and 5 are in phase 3. So what is the significance of that phase 3? That is where the maximum probability of a trial going wrong, it is there in phase 3. Phase 3 is where maximum probability of a trial going wrong lies. So quite unfortunately, there are only 5 teams currently working on it right now. So somebody has to get it right. It has to be approved. It has to come to India. Somebody has to manufacture 135 crore vaccines. Public distribution system. It has to reach every nook and corner and hamlet of the country. Now, if you look at the entire process, the ecosystem might probably take a bare minimum of 8 months, or it could go up to even 10 to 12 months is what my hunch is all about. So what does that mean? You guys are going to sit at home and attend online sessions. You may not have more than 3 to 4 hours of classes every day. So you don't have to go out anywhere. You may not even able to go to theaters or something, no leisure activities. This year probably there won't be any technical fest or management fest. Quite unfortunately, there may not be even a IV, industrial visit, which is more or less like a leisure trip for all of us. So on one side, you don't have so much of things that you're supposed to do, but on the other hand, you have a lot of time in your hand. So that is the most important thing. You have a lot of time in your hand. So just keep these things in your mind. How bad is the situation? That is the next question, right? See this. I saw this news like June 30th. Despite COVID-19 outbreak, IIT Delhi breaks record of its previous year's campus placement. Did anybody see this article? Anyone? Anybody who saw this article from this batch? Anybody who saw this article? Nobody. Okay, great. No. Okay, Aravinda says no. Okay, so Aravinda, what happened? No, Ramya says no. Okay, so Ramya, I was quite surprised. I was quite surprised that when the entire world is going down and we are telling students that things are like really, really bad, there is a news which says IIT Delhi has broken the records of its previous year's campus placement. And then I read another article. This is turning out to be a joke. If you see that tweet, V. Ramagopal Rao, I think he's the IIT Delhi director. He wrote a tweet. I think this tweet came in the month of July, when he actually made an appeal to the corporates who have offered jobs to IIT Delhi students, saying that please don't revoke the offers, please don't take it back, because our students need the job. So even IIT Delhi, for that matter of fact, was struggling, because if you look at it, see, the placement process works very different. He's literally pleading to the corporate people, saying that don't do this, don't take the offers back, don't revoke it, because he knew for a fact that if they are going to revoke it, the market is going down. If you look at the other slide, which is Cognizant laid off like 9,000 employees in the last 3 months. What do you mean by that? If you look at that article, TCS, Infosys, HCL, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, all these people are laying off their staff from their companies. So retrenchment, that means they're asking them to leave. And all of you should know TCS and Infosys are the biggest recruiters for engineering students in India, regardless of the stream that you come from. You are a mechanical, computer science, electrical, civil, you are whichever stream that you are, the biggest recruiter in India is TCS and Infosys for engineering graduate workforce. They are laying off employees. They are asking employees to leave. So then you can understand how volatile, how difficult the market is getting at. If you look at that bottom article, COVID-19 impact on placement, 66% of students are without jobs this year. 33% are waiting for responses from employees. That means students who got placed last year, they still haven't joined anywhere. Even my students who passed out from IIM, that I have a student who passed out from IIM Indore, he got placed in a company in Mumbai, and he's yet to get a call from his company. Ideally, he should have joined in the normal scenario, which I told you in the previous slide. He should have, an ideal normal scenario, he should have joined by now, but he is not able to join, and they're not giving him a call at the moment. So the situation is really, really bad at the moment. So if I go with the previous news article, they said things are like superb even for IIT. And then I see a tweet in the month of July by the director of IIT saying, please don't revoke the job offers. That means that is a reality. That is the reality, that the market has totally gone down. Now I want you to pay very close attention to this slide. So the normal scenario is not there anymore. Do you agree with me on that, everyone? Do you agree with me when I say the normal scenario doesn't exist anymore? Correct. Correct. So everybody agrees with me. Thank you, Sriharsha. Thank you, Aravinda. Thank you. Thank you. So damn, yeah, it's absolutely right. So the normal scenario is not there anymore. But what is our problem? Our problem is we have found solutions to all the system identified problems, uh, in a normal scenario. But now that there is no normal scenario, would that solution work? Now that the river has changed its direction, do you think the bridge would work? Because the bridge is what is considered to be the best solution for all the engineers, where they said, we'll train you, we'll give you good infrastructure, we'll get you good teachers. They've said everything. But now the problem is, addition to those three problems that system had identified, the market has provided three more problems. That is the biggest thing. The market has given three more problems. So what is the market saying right now? The new normal is there. Now that the normal scenario is gone, now that a new normal scenario has come, certain new things also have to happen. That's what they are saying. Certain new things also have to happen. Now we are asking a question to the system. Did you find a solution for the newer problems? Did you find solutions for the newer preparation for the students? Now, some of the colleges, like I read an article last year, I think a couple of days back, where I think Vellore Institute and there were a couple of other big institutes, they were talking about finding solutions for their students, saying that we are doing this, we are doing that with the students. But I really don't know how many engineering colleges are actually thinking on those lines of finding solutions for newer problems. So we did a summit in Kerala. So I'm based out of Kerala. I do my line of work here. There are 130 engineering colleges in Kerala on papers. All right. I would definitely say, even in a normal scenario, the solution that we had mentioned, especially in terms of making students skillful for the job, is done only by 30 to 35 colleges or maximum 40 colleges. 80 engineering colleges wouldn't even consider finding a solution at all in terms of placement. Now, in addition to that, you put the new problems to that paper. Imagine it is just like adding insult to injury. So if any person in this summit right now, if you think there is absolutely no preparation, there is no solution for placement in my college, then you are already doomed. But if you think no, certain placement preparations are provided by our students, by our teachers and system for us to get placed, then you need to go back and ask this question to them, whether the system has identified solution for the newer problems in the newer scenario, because it is not the same like last year. Okay, Ashish says college thinking of pushing out final year students, if I am not wrong. Of course, right? Because they have the next first year students coming in. They are the responsibility of the colleges. Why should they be thinking about final year? Because you have joined them. Probably you have paid your fees. You have got your things done. Probably they will give you few placement opportunities, and then probably, if you don't get through with the placement, what would they say? We gave you the opportunity, but you didn't clear the placement. Now we cannot help it, because we never really guaranteed placement for the students. We just said, you study here, we will give you the opportunity to get placed. So can we blame the colleges? No, we cannot blame the colleges, because they never really said so. So now, if you are part of a system where there is absolutely no solution at all for placements, as I said, it is adding insult to injury. You probably need to find out some reasons. You need to find out some solutions. And if you think you already have the solution for a normal scenario, you need to go back and ask people to find solutions for the newer problems. So what are the newer problems that we are going to face? So I have put just three points here because we don't have a lot of time. So I thought I'll keep it very precise and concise for you people. First one is adapt to the methodology. So what do you mean by adapt to methodologies? First one, interviews are not going to happen physically in the campus anymore. It is not going to happen. So even if the girl who was in the second year, she asked me a question. So the same girl, when she goes into her final year, somebody asked, when does campus placement happen? When does campus placement usually happen? Campus placement usually happens in the semester 7. S7 is when campus placement happens. So now when she moves into S7, or people who are already in S7, the methodology of interview is going to be totally different from now on. So for example, I can tell you, your group discussion will happen on a Zoom platform. Your interviews will happen on a Zoom platform. Your return test methodology might totally change. So there is going to be a totally newer methodology for assessments, right? I'll get into that in detail in my next slide. The next one is, in a crisis, in a new normal scenario, when there is a crisis, companies would always be looking at hiring quality over quantity. Like you would definitely you would definitely would have heard that TCS came and hired 300 people, Wipro came and hired 250 people, Infosys came and hired 500 people. You will get to hear these humongous numbers when the market is like in the normal scenario at the peak. Of course, Skype also at the peak, yeah. So you're just saying, finally, all my, yeah, of course, in Zoom or Google Meet. I think Byju's is one company, they completed first round 1 to round 5 totally on online Skype, and students have joined through Skype. Their training is going on Skype. So that's how the scenario has changed. So companies will be looking for quality and not quantity, because these 500, 300 humongous numbers you will hear only during a normal scenario. In a crisis, in a new normal scenario, you will not hear 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. You will probably hear 200, 300, and 400. Because the placement forecast for this year, the expected forecast is only 50% of what happened like previous year. So if previous year itself, if you see 66% of people are unemployed, you can probably imagine what will happen this year. So adapt to learn. So how you will change your learning so that you can build your resume into a quality one, because the companies are not going to hire in quantity, they are going to hire only in quality. What is the third one? The third one is adapt to the new normal. That means personally, your attitude has to change. Your attitude has to change, because there is a newer problem, because limited number of opportunities. So in addition to the problems that existed in the beginning, we have problems like new assessment tools are going to come. Companies are going to only look at quality and not quantity. There is going to be limited opportunities. Now the problem is the river has changed its course of direction. So whatever the solution that was taught to you in terms of the bridge, that solution will not stand with a chance when it comes to these three new problems that we have in front of us. That is the biggest challenge that you are going to face in the next 1 to 2 years. Are you getting my point, everyone? Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a very simple thing, that the river has changed its course, but our solutions are concrete. It is there. So, sir, I'm good in my aptitude. I'm good in my technical and everything. Okay, great. But the question is, are you good in technical on a virtual platform? Will you be able to look at a camera and talk like this to a person confidently? So Ramya can come and talk to me face to face. Naina can come and talk to me face to face. Hanina can come and talk to me face to face. But will you be able to go in front of a camera like this and talk? So there is an additional problem, that if you learned how to talk, now you should learn how to talk over a camera. Now that is the newer problem that we are facing, right? So you need to start thinking on those lines. Okay, so now I have mentioned three bigger problems, three additional problems in the new normal. So I'm just going to give you one tip each for all these three problems, which I want you to go back and think about, ponder about, and see whether you could come out with some concrete practices to confront that. So this is your normal campus placement interview, right? Your aptitude test is the first round of interview, where they take you through quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, and English verbal. Your group discussion, your technical interview, your management review round, if TCS is going to come to your campus, and your final round of interview is your personal interview round. Now, let me give you a figure, statistics. I want everybody to listen to this very carefully. Okay, do you tell me this? What exactly you need to prepare for an aptitude test? You tell me that. The basic of what you're supposed to prepare in aptitude test. The basics. Anyone? Anybody? What is the basic formula and method? Okay. No math. Max. Correct. All right. Now everybody, I problem solving. Everything is correct. But you're missing out on the basics now. So listen to this, everyone. They are expecting you to do, okay, shortcut method, correct. So you take shortcut method, you take problem solving, you take math, no math, everything. Aren't you talking? Yes, of course, that's the whole point. So Nayana says speed, understanding and solving in a simple way. So Aishwarya also got it. Most of you got it right. Absolutely correct. So that means two things are important in aptitude. What is it? Speed and accuracy. Your accuracy is important. That means you are able to solve the problem, but speed is equally important. Now, the only problem is with most of the system, when they find a solution for the students, they give them a pen and a paper, like how you're trained in a classroom with aptitude for your placement orientation. Sometimes they give you a pen and a worksheet paper. So you take the worksheet paper, you start working on your notebook, you start putting down your problems on the paper, correct, and you start studying how to do the problem in accuracy and in speed. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. And then what happens? Finally, when you go for your placements, some online assessment company will come and introduce you to an assessment tool. Assessment tool saying that you are not supposed to do the assessment test on a paper, you're supposed to do the assessment on a computer or on a laptop. Now, they have trained you on a problem to find a solution. Now you don't have the problem only with finding that answer or how to work it out. The problem is you have a laptop or a computer instead of a paper. That itself makes a huge difference. Did somebody find a solution to that? No, nobody thought about it. Nobody thought about it. Then there are certain colleges who will give them practice papers online. There are certain colleges who does that. They will tie up with some companies and they will take the students to the lab and they will give them like 4 to 5 papers where they can work on the computers and their laptop and get practice. I'm very sure some of you might have practiced papers online in your campus. Yes or no? There are students who have done that on laptop, computer. Okay, I don't see many answers. So I'm presuming that not many would have done that. No, Aravinda says no. Correct. No. Now please understand this, everyone. Out of every 100 student, if 40 students clear the written test, okay, the aptitude test, I can 101% tell you there would be 15 students more who would have cleared the test if they had practiced, learned those questions online. If they had learned how to do those problems online, sitting in front of a laptop, using your fingers, because speed is important. Because speed is important. It is not like you take a pen and write it on a paper. It is unlike how you do it with a pen and a paper, and then you come to the laptop, and then your speed, it does get affected. You try to play Sudoku on Hindu newspaper, and you try to play Sudoku on a mobile, you will definitely understand the difference. What exactly is the difference, you will understand. But nobody has thought about that. It's a problem. Because, and again, this year everything is going to be virtual. So did we train the students on placement? Yes, we did it. But there is an additional new problem, which is students are going to go completely virtual. So did they get trained on placements on a virtual platform? No, sir. They didn't get trained on a virtual platform. Sorry, sir. Now, what is it that the students are going to do? They're going to struggle. They're going to struggle because they are not used to this new problem, and you are going to lose your opportunity. That is what I'm saying. Okay, you take your technical interview, your coding sessions. I can tell you how it is going to happen this year. They're going to get you on a Zoom call. Okay, they are going to give you a problem. They'll give you 20-25 minutes to write the coding, and they will share the screen with you. So your screen will be shared with them, and they will see how you are writing the code. So technically, your technical interview is going to happen over a Zoom platform where you have shared the screen with them and you are writing the code in an interview simultaneously when the other person is looking at you. That's the new problem. So not just coding is the problem right now. Coding online on a virtual platform is the problem right now. So are we going to solve that? It's a problem. It's a new problem, but there is no solution to it. So it's just that the river has changed its course and now there is no bridge. Now the bridge is there, but then the problem has changed. So there is no solution for the change of course of direction. You take a GD, the group discussion will definitely happen virtually because there are breakout rooms on Zoom. So they'll probably take 10 people, into a breakout room. They'll probably conduct a GD. An interview will happen like this. I don't think any college has practiced their students on a virtual platform how to do interviews. I know that. they wouldn't have done it. And I just read news from one of the newspapers that Vellore Institute and some big universities are actually preparing their students with mock interviews online, because I know they are huge institutes, they are expecting huge placement companies to come. So they want their students to be trained in the new age problems as well. So they are proactive. But how many of us are blessed to have such a system where people will be proactive? People can think about, okay, this is going to happen. Why is it that I'm doing a session for Karnataka students? I'm doing the session for Karnataka students so that I can at least tell those 30 students that please be prepared with this. Please go to online and learn your aptitude. Please go to Zoom. Get 3 of your friends together and start communicating with them for 40 minutes. Zoom is free. Start doing a GD. Just interview each other. Just talk to each other in English so that you get used to the camera. So people are asking me, how is it that I'm so confident, to talk in front of camera? Because I have been a television anchor. I've been a television anchor. I speak in news channels where I look at the camera and talk. So it is not a huge problem for me. I can crack a joke and I can laugh. I don't know whether you will be laughing or you will have a disdain look on your face, or you might be crying. But I'm okay with it because I'm used to this medium. I don't have any problem. My only concern was I won't be able to see my students. That was my only concern. I mean, I would have loved it if I saw, Anish, if I saw Aishwarya, if I saw Harsha. Yeah, Anish has seen me, on Republic TV. Yeah, of course. So if I had possibly, if I could have seen you guys, fantastic. But it is not the normal scenario. It is a new normal. So I have to change my solutions. So, but am I good at it? Yes, I have no problem in doing it because I have been talking to camera for years now. All of a sudden, if I put you in front of a camera for an interview, what will happen? So I want you to think that adapt to the newer methodologies. That is the first point that I want to suggest as a solution to the newer problems that the market has created, along with the problems created by the system. The system identified problems, but now the market has created new problems. So problems, right? So adapt to the methodologies. So after the summit is over, you decide to prepare for your placements. Everyone, okay? So thanks for your yes, Ashish. So once the summit is over, sit down, think about my sense of purpose. So my next action and decision has to go back and start practicing. Now, how should I do it? No, I'm not going to take a pen and paper, but I will take an online app or maybe some web portal where I will go. I'll start learning aptitude. I'll practice aptitude there, and I'll get my speed and accuracy equally better. But I will do it only online. I'm not going to go to my pen and paper. Initially, it will be difficult for all of you, but understand when there is a crisis, we have to break our comfort zone. And when we break our comfort zone, we will fail. We will terribly fail many times. I have failed many times doing a Zoom session when, in the beginning, I did fail. I did struggle, but can I hold back? Can I give it up? No, I cannot give it up, because if I have to go forward, this is my only option. Failing is my only option. Failing is my only option because that is the only way I can break my comfort zone and I can move forward. So I want you to think from this particular angle. What is the next thing that I want to tell everybody here? Adapt to learn. That is very, very important, right? So yes, Samartha, I'll talk about it towards the end. Please remind me about it. I'll definitely tell you. So adapt to learn is my next question, right? So what do you mean by adapt to learn? All right. So how many of you think, I'm going to ask you a question to all of you. All right. How many of you think the system is outdated? Teachers are outdated. Whatever they are teaching is not so relevant, in what we want to do. How many of you think like that? Prapti, Pujita, Hanina, okay, lot of people. Yeah. Kalandar, okay. I think I've asked a question where I've got maximum response from everybody. Great. Suhra, I think so. Ashish, depends on our ability. All right, great. Fantastic. Now, this is where I want you guys to keep one thing in your mind. This has to be a very good takeaway from the session for all of you. And at least I want you guys to remember me forever for this line. See, on one side, when we say the system is outdated, teachers are outdated, this is not relevant for us. How long are we going to sit and crib? How long are we going to sit and complain? How long are we going to take this whole mess? When we are sure that the system is going to remain the same forever, All right. On the other hand, you need to look at the possibility of something called as internet, right? Because I mean, we would be surprised, and I said this in the Kerala summit also, that the cheapest internet in the world is in India. So an average 1 GB will probably cost you around 15 to 16 rupees in India. That's it. Nothing more than that. 15 to 16 rupees. And you will get an average of probably 2 GBs every day, right? 2 GB, 1 GB every day is about 8 rupees or 9 rupees. The costliest internet is in Zimbabwe. Do you know that? The last time when I read, I think 1 GB in Zimbabwe would probably cost you around 5,000 rupees. 5,000 rupees. So if I was doing this session in Zimbabwe, trust me when I say this, I wouldn't go and tell anybody to do this in Zimbabwe because they cannot do it. But can Indian students do it? Can we do it? Can Karnataka students do it? 101% you can do it, right? So what do I mean by that? So on one side, when we start blaming the system is outdated and everything. On the other hand, we have internet as an opportunity for all of us. So this is the punchline. I love punchlines. I'm a huge fan of KGF. I'm a huge fan of KGF, and I love punchlines in my session. And I believe that teachers, your university, your syllabus, these are just one of the sources for your learning, just one of the sources. But students believe that they are the only source of learning for me as an engineer, only source of learning. No, they are just one of the sources of your learning. You have many such sources around you. So go to internet, explore options. So when I say internet and explore options, so what type of technical skills? Yeah, we will keep all this towards the end, all the questions, so that it will be easy for me to take the questions and answer. So explore internet. Take 20 minutes every day. Take 20 minutes. All I'm saying is take 20 minutes every day. All right? Take 20 minutes and try and see if you can explore internet to learn something new. So on internet, obviously there are several online certification courses that you might see. So somebody would want to do Python, somebody would want to machine intelligence, artificial intelligence, and then I'll probably say these are, somebody asked me about the extra skills. So these are the skills that I am probably looking at, in an engineer. An engineer, when he comes and applies with my company, I would be probably looking at how strong is the resume of this person, what this person has actually done beyond his classroom, beyond his college, beyond what his teachers has taught him. So that is where for me, your your technical skills, your transferable skills, and your future life skills. I think these three are very, very important for me. So you are in your final year, you are in your second year. There is no good time to learn all this. As early as possible you learn it, it's better for you. So let me come to the technical aspects of it. How many of you have taken certifications from Coursera, Udemy, NPTEL, and put it on LinkedIn? The certificate, the virtual certifications. How many of you have done that so far? Correct. Because so many people, huh? Wow. All right. Now let me just ask you this questions, guys. Okay. All right. See, if 10 people does online certification, they come and apply with my company, what would be the differentiator? What would be the differentiator if all the people they have done online certifications and they're coming and applying with my company? Project, oh wow. I think everybody does the project. Application, skills, wow, that's pretty remarkable. Now this is where I want to tell you 2 points. Okay, adapt to learn. I want to tell you 2 points here. So what are the 2 points that I want to say? Listen, okay. So if I was an ardent cricket player when I was in school, or probably your age, college. See, it's like you learn how to do batting, you learn how to do bowling, you learn how to do keeping, you learn how to do umpiring. Okay, so just imagine, you learn how to do batting, you learn how to do bowling, you learn how to do keeping, you learn how to do umpiring. Okay, now you tell me, what would this do to you? What would this do to you? You have learned about cricket, you are batting, bowling, keeping, fielding, umpiring. What would this do to you? Anyone? What would this do to you? Anyone? All-rounder. No, you join me in a team, jack of all trades, but master of none, right, Hanina? This will help you to become a commentator. Gain knowledge. Correct, Sri Harsha, because it will help you to become a commentator. You can become a great commentator if you know about all this. But if you want to become a batsman, you will only focus on batting. You will learn A to Z about batting. Everything about batting. What you will do is batting. What you will learn is batting. What you will share is batting. What you will read is batting. Because you are just focusing only on batting. Tendulkar knew about wicket keeping, but he never really went and did wicket keeping. Correct. So you know everything about all these courses. It will help you to become a good commentator for such courses. What is Python all about? I can talk about it. What is machine intelligence all about? I can talk about it because I've done a certification. What is artificial intelligence all about? I can talk about it. But can you demonstrate it? That's the question. Can you demonstrate it? So knowing something and demonstrating it is going to be two different things. So you go for an interview during a crisis. When a company is looking for quality, they are not just looking at students who knows the concept of something. They are looking at students who will come and demonstrate skill in what they have learned. So that is the difference. So learning the concept and demonstrating something is very, very different. So when the companies are looking for quality, when they're looking for quantity, as I said, 1,000, 1,500, just knowing the concept is okay. You can put forward like 15 certifications in front of them and say, I know wicket keeping, bowling, batting, everything. And then they are like, okay, we require a lot of batsmen. Please, everybody come. We require a lot of batsmen. But when there is a crisis, when a team only requires like 5 batsmen, when they will only look for quality batsmen to come and play in the team. So people who are like a master in it, people who can demonstrate. So what do I mean by that? Do not go and do 10, 15 certifications because there is no point in doing that. I want you guys to take one skill. So if you are a second year student, or if you're a final year or a pre-final year student, I want you to take one skill and learn A to Z in that. Become a master in it. You specialize in it. That is what I want. Because I was just preparing for this session yesterday, and I just wrote this line. If you generalize, then you can speak about it. If you specialize, you can work on it. And that is the difference. That is the difference. So if you see your academia, your engineering, what is your academia? Basically, you learn the concepts. But are you able to demonstrate what you learned in your engineering? It is very, very difficult. And that is the reason why we blame the system. We blame the system because your academia is not giving you enough bandwidth to go and demonstrate your skills. Why is it that German Polytechnic is so respected and revered by people? It is respected by a lot of people is because their academia gives them enough bandwidth to go and demonstrate things. So you are falling into the same trap. When you are going and doing online certification, but for 10 hours and 15 hours, taking a certificate, putting it on the resume, you are making the same mistake that the system has been doing it for years, which the same system that you have blamed. You have blamed the same system and you are committing the same mistake here. And again, you are spending extra money here, extra time here, and extra data there, and you are committing the same mistake. So that is wrong. That is wrong. So what you're supposed to do is, for example, you take Python. You take Python as a language, and now you have decided that I'm going to become a batsman in Python. I'm going to learn everything about Python. I'm going to practice everything about Python. I'm going to attend every Python training that is possible. I'm going to talk to every Python programmer in this world. I'm going to connect with every Python LinkedIn contact in the world. I'm going to learn Python, and I'm going to finally be able to demonstrate Python. And that is what companies are looking at. Such demonstrable qualities of a specialized skill from an engineer. And that is what I'm looking at. Are you clear on that, everyone? So, yeah. So I'll tell you my punchline. All right. I have a punchline for this. my punchline is rather than learning 8 different skills, rather than learning one concept of 8 different skill certifications, all right, rather than learning one concept of 8 different skill certification, you learn one skill certification, and under that, learn all the 8 concepts, in it. That is what I want. That is what I want each one of you to do. I don't want you to do 8 different certifications and learn one skill each. I want you to learn one skill, and under that, I want you to learn 8 concepts. And that is what is specialization all about, right? See, I'm a speaker. So somebody asked me, what kind of a speaker are you? I'm a leadership speaker. I have no doubts about. I'm a leadership speaker. So all the books that you see, it's about leadership. All I watch on YouTube is leadership. All I speak about is leadership. What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to bring out a leader in you. I'm trying to bring out a leader in you. I'm trying to bring out a leadership quality in you to manage yourself. I'm going to start a program next week called as iSkew Intellect, where I'm trying to build career for students, not just jobs. I'm trying to build career for students so that I'm trying to make leaders out of each one of them. I'm not worried about campus placement. I'm worried about the 30 years of my students, their career. So when we do iSkew Intellect, I'm a leadership speaker. I'm trying to create leaders out of my students because I've specialized in leadership. So I want you to start doing that. This is my second point in Adapt to Learn to everybody. All right. My second point is, see, when you should always understand when you are going to online and doing certifications, it has to be a blended learning. You see what you're sitting and you're playing somebody's video and they have completed the number of hours for the course. You have given 1,000 rupees to them. They email you a certificate from University of XYZ, which is like considered to be very reputed. And then you go back. Suppose you have learned Python through a passive learning platform. Passive learning platform is what? Somebody is talking to you from that end. You can't ask questions. You can't talk to that person, nothing. So it's a one-way communication where a person is talking to you. They give you some course material. That is passive learning. So you have learned Python through passive learning. You have gone back. You started programming. Now you got an error. You get an error. What will you do? You will go and copy paste that error on Google. And you will try to see if somebody has mentioned some solution in a discussion forum. And then you don't find it. You don't find it. And what you do after 2-3 programming, when you find an error, then you give it up. But do you have a certificate? I do have a certificate. But did I finish the programming? No, I didn't finish the coding. Now, what is the whole point in learning it? So we always say with technical skills, with transferable skills, and also with future skills, all these skills, I want you to do blended learning. Blended learning means what? You have to learn it passively. Also, you have to learn actively. Active and passive. Active learning, a person is talking to you and you can chat with me, you can talk to me, you can clear your doubts and everything. I'm here as a mentor or a guide, right? So you should start building your skills on a blended platform with active and passive learning coming together. You cannot just do passive learning because, see, just doing a certification for an engineer, a lot of people might say it will give you a lot of brownie points for interviews. But personally, if you ask me, the industry would probably say, okay, fine, you have done something which is good enough, but will you be able to demonstrate it? No, sir, because I learned too many certifications, and whatever I learned it through passive, where I confronted a lot of errors and I was not able to do it. Doesn't make any sense. So what should you do? Rather than spending 1,000 rupees for 8 different programs, spend 8,000 rupees to learn one course, A to Z, through a passive and an active learning. Invest all your time, money, energy, everything into that one course and become a master at it. That is the most important thing. So these are the 2 points that I want to tell you in Adapt to Learn. And the last slide is very, very simple. This is my last slide to all you people. What is it? Adapt to the new normal. What do you mean by adapt to the new normal? The first and the foremost thing that you should understand is when you try to do all these things, you would require patience. What do you mean by patience? Be ready to fail. When you go for an interview, maybe somebody said his S7 interviews have been scheduled. The first interview that you go, you might fail. The second interview that you go, you might fail. The third interview also you might fail. And then you will start feeling bad about it. You might start feeling that, oh, I don't think I should go for another interview because nobody wants me. No, you shouldn't be thinking like that. You should rather show the patience. Go knock at each and every door until the door opens. Even if that takes like 50 doors, you should still go and knock those 50 doors, right? I'm sitting in front of you. I have failed terribly with my Zoom calls. I have failed terribly in my training career. And probably I'll fail many at times if I want to go to the next level. But then you need to have the patience. Because when you break your comfort zone to do something, especially in a new normal, you're bound to fail. You're bound to fail many times. Sometimes you might feel, I'm talking to a person on an interview on a virtual platform. And I'm like, okay, I made a mess out of it. I failed terribly. It is fine. Go back and knock the next door and go connect with people on LinkedIn. Send them emails. They won't reply. Send them emails. Connect with 100 people. Go to job sites. Apply with 1,500 companies. Go to Internshala. Apply with 4,500 internships. Go attend those competitions online. Go e-summit. Just go and apply wherever you can. There would be that one door which will open for you, and that might be a good enough start for you. But unless and until you go and knock those doors, you will never know whether somebody will actually open the door for you or not. And that is what I want to tell each and everybody here. Uh, I was citing this example to my previous batches about a person called as Bill Porter. I want you to go back and read about Bill Porter. Bill Porter is an amazing person. He had a cerebral palsy. He was born in Oregon. He had a cerebral palsy. I mean, his left hand was totally dysfunctional. He could barely speak. His body was like barely strong enough. And that person became the number one sales executive in Portland with a company called, as if I remember correctly, it was Watkinson. He became the number one salesman in that company with cerebral palsy. And you know the kind of job profile that he did? It was a door-to-door delivery job profile. So how many doors he would have probably knocked in his career to become the number one sales executive in his life. So that means he had no normal scenario. No normal scenario. A normal scenario is what? Your hands are functional, your legs are functional, your brain is functional, your tongue is functional. For that person, it was not. He had additional problems compared to all the other marketing executives or sales executives who had regular problems marketing the thing. He had additional problems, but only because of his patience, because his mother wanted him to be a very good salesman. He had a sense of purpose, which his mother wanted him to be a great salesman, and he knocked every door, and he finally became the number one salesman, Bill Porter. So patience is very, very important. Preparation, go and prepare really well. Take 20 to 30 minutes every day. Go back and prepare. Prepare everything that is there on internet. Use internet and prepare with whatever I said. I'm going to put my time to build my career and consistently do that. And the last point is proactiveness. What do you mean by proactiveness? Take up every opportunity that comes your way, right? That doesn't really matter, right? What really matters is the fact that there is an opportunity in front of you and you have to make your life move forward. That is the most important thing. Is that the right decision? Should a mechanical engineer go and work with an IT company? Is that the right decision? No, that is not the right decision, but it is a smart decision. It is an absolutely smart decision, because if that decision lets me move ahead in this new normal scenario with additional problems, why not? Why not? Let me take it up, because there is not much otherwise around me. So your patience is very, very important. Your preparation is very, very important, because once you start preparing, this is what I tell this to all my students. If you start preparing, your competition is not the entire lot. You're only competing with those minuscule people who are preparing for this. So if there are 100 people, if only 30 people prepare for it, that means your competition is only with those 30, not with the 100. And the last one is proactiveness. That means be open to all the opportunities. If you adapt to this normal, this is my final punchline to everybody. I always say powerful people come from powerful minds. You need to make your mind extremely, extremely powerful. You will fail. People will let you down. There will be new problems. Situation may not be right for you. Everything will go against you, but you need to stay absolutely strong from your mind. And the moment you start believing in that, you will understand powerful people come from powerful minds. Good luck, everyone. I hope you guys do really, really well in your career, in your life. I hope this 1 hour session has done some good for you, added some value to all you people. And thank you so much, all my kids who are part of this. And if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box, and I would be more than happy to help you guys out. Thank you. Any questions, anyone? You are my inspiration. Thank you. It was pleasure, sir. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Prapti. Thank you. Thank you, Naina. It was a great session. Thank you. Ramya, thank you. Career for MCOM, what do you suggest, Vaishak? I think financial analyst, Vaishak. I think that's what you should be looking at, financial analyst, to try and see if you can learn more about that. What type of technical skills we should have being in MS Office? MS Office, nothing else. Advanced Excel. How do you come out of the phase of confusion, or what stream to choose? Shobit, what stream in the sense, BTech or MBA? Could you please give me some clarity? Web development, yes, yes, Rihashna. Web development is something that you can definitely learn because digital is going to be the way forward. So there will be a lot of UI UX design. You can probably capitalize on that also. UI UX design. Look forward to those sessions to modify. Anish, please come and join us. We are doing a lot of sessions, right? The only thing is it is paid sessions. So if you're okay with it, then please, I'll be more than happy to take you, Anish. Thank you for this amazing session. Hope to learn. Yes, sure, Hanina. Please get in touch with us. We do smaller sessions and we have a long-term program right now. iSkew Intellect. I would love to have you guys, if you are ready to spend 500 rupees per month. It's a 10-month program. I would love to have you people if you guys can come and join us. It's going to start next week. So it will be great to have you people. Sorry. Thanks for this amazing session. Yes, Anna. Thank you. Ashish, is interviews done to provide jobs or filter the shortlisted students? Aptitude and group discussions are usually done to filter, but technical and personal interview is to check the aptitude of the students. Definitely, really informative and hopeful. Thank you, Aravinda. I really appreciate. What about back-end development? What do you mean by back-end, Pujita? Could you give me some clarity? Thank you, Sriharsha. BTech, sir, like as you said, there are a lot of technical skills on how do we understand which one is the right one for us. So with Python is the thing. Go back and learn Python. It will do a lot of good for you, I guess. Python, yeah, it is kind of in. Digital marketing will have more scope. Oh, of course, 101%. Digital marketing, UI, UX design is going to pretty much rock probably the next 10 years. I strongly believe that. So, and gaming designing, web designing, these are brilliant fields coming up big time because people are moving more online, right? So, yeah. Sir, will it be more fruitful for my resume if I make IoT projects through online boot camps, get certified? Yes, Anish. As long as you can demonstrate your skills, nothing like it. Please go ahead. Django and GS and Django and backend server. See, I'm not very updated with my technological skills as of now because I'm a software developer from the early 2000. But learning some skill would do a lot of good for you. But I'm not very sure about these two languages that you've asked me. If you put it across to me on an email, I can put you to the right person for that. What career opportunities for MSc in electronics? See, once you do your post graduation, I think the best chance for you is to probably go and teach in colleges. There are few companies who will probably consider taking students from the campus for placement, but for MSc students, placements will be definitely a challenge. Will be definitely a challenge because I don't see many companies doing that. So it will be a huge challenge. Rather than MSc, I would rather say if you could probably look at something placement oriented, it will do a lot of good for you. But MSc in electronics, I think you might struggle with your campus placements. It could be a problem. Valuable. Thank you, Vaishak. Thank you. Is there any other choice for mechanical engineers other than IT? You could probably get into designing. You could probably get into R&D. You can probably get into sales for marketing. Sales and marketing for mechanical engineering products. Service. These are apart from production. R&D could be one. But other than IT, the problem is core companies hiring could be a struggle, Ashish. So you'll have to be very careful. Thank you, Shobha. Thank you, engaging. Thank you. After completing MBA, do you think we should do higher studies? What type of higher studies? No, MBA itself is higher studies, right, Pajwal? So I don't think I would consider anything after MBA. Probably I'll do some certification courses to keep myself updated. So if I want to know probably about machine intelligence and artificial intelligence, just to know about it, probably I'll do some specialization courses, but not higher studies as such. Online internships for our career or we need to do it hands-on project. No, as of now, there is no other option for you rather than going online, right? So online internships would do, but not just online internship on the paper. You should be able to as I said, demonstration is the key, man. You need to be able to demonstrate whatever you do, internship, project, competition. You should be able to demonstrate that. Otherwise, there is no point. Aishwarya, thank you so much for your time, sir. This was really informative. Thank you, Aishwarya. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I think I'm just if you guys could help me out, I'm just launching a poll. I think I know we only have like 20 people here. Thanks a lot. Feeling depressed. Why didn't people convey these information in colleges? No, that's okay, Ashish, because that's why people like me appear in front of you, right? So that's okay. Can you? There's a poll. I hope you guys can see the poll. I'll be very happy if you guys could cast your poll for me. Thank you. Can you refer one of the books back in your shelf? Okay, that's a good question. Uh, which one would I? Okay, it's a good question, in fact. Okay, yeah, I think this should be good. I think 0 to 1. This is something that a lot of students, the engineering students, I think must read. But it may not make complete sense to you. But yeah, if you're looking for some entertainment, I quite liked this book, Dark. It's quite entertaining. This one, Dark. I think I read it at one go. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything else, guys? Anyone? Okay, so I'm just going through the poll. Preparing, build a productive life. How do you like to be engaged with iSkew? WhatsApp, LinkedIn, YouTube, emails. Okay, this session will be there on YouTube. So I'll really appreciate if you guys could share it with your friends. I'll be really happy. Are you interested in attending a 10-month long term? Yeah, if you guys are interested to attend the 10-month long program, if you guys would like to know more about it, please let me know. We would love to help you out, and I'll tell you more about it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm a second year student pursuing MBA. With what type of specialization will be having more weightage according to marketing? No, I would definitely recommend you to do something in marketing and finance. Because HR options might be very limited. So marketing and finance would definitely do. Suggest online portal for us to adopt to a virtual assessment test. We are coming out with one, Anish, on 16th and 17th. It's iSkew.in. But ours will be maybe there will be a small amount of money for you. But apart from that, I think you can go back and check India Bix. India Bix is something that a lot of students take up. So yeah, India Bix is definitely something that you can definitely work on. Yeah, thank you. I think I think that's pretty remarkable. If I can, okay, I think yeah. So I have got some students who have that's pretty great. All right. Anything else? Any other questions? Anybody would like to ask? Okay. So if you are really interested in the 10-month program, then please, I'm available on the chat. You guys can talk to me if you would like to know more about it. What is it going to be about? Oh, okay. So probably I think I can just, okay, just give me a second. It's, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I hope you guys can see the screen. Can you guys see the screen, everyone? Can you guys see the screen, everyone? Okay, thank you. So yeah, iSkew Intellect is a 10-month program, 100 hours, where it's one platform where it's 10 months. So obviously we are not expecting 50, 60, 70 students to come and do the program. I'm not interested in numbers. I'm not really interested in volume. I'm only interested in taking like maximum 15 students in the batch. We already have 7 students who have enrolled for the program from Kerala. I think around 100 students attended the summit. Out of that, only 7 students showed their interest to attend iSkew Intellect. Obviously, because 10 months, nobody wants to do a commitment for 10 months. But we were only looking at students who are self-driven and self-motivated. We are not looking at students who will who will come and feel that, okay, this is not going to work for me and stuff. So what we are trying to do with iSkew. So this is what we are trying to keep it very lean. That means you can sit at your home and take the course. Very simple. We are keeping it transparent. That means you come and attend iSkew Intellect. We are not going to tell you that you will transform like 100%. You will become a different sort of a person, because I'm not running, as I always say, a weight loss program. We are saying that probably if you come with us, there would be a 25 to 30% of improvement in your basic approach towards your life, your career, your communication skills. So we are just promising like 20 to 30% of your improvement in 10 months. Engage, yeah, of course, keep it very active. There will be a lot of assessments and stuff. And we wanted to keep it cost effective, because the whole point is, if the opportunity is reaching every person, every student in Karnataka or even in Kerala, then I want the preparation to reach everybody. That means the son of an architect or a doctor and the son of a rickshaw driver, I think both of them should be able to access iSkew Intellect. So we wanted to keep it very cost effective, because if the opportunity is there for the son of a rickshaw driver and the son of an architect or a doctor, the preparation also has to reach both of them. So we decided to design this program. So we will teach you aptitude online. This is not a passive learning, it is active learning. The trainer will teach you. So 30 hours of transferable skills, quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, English, verbal, and web portal. The best part is you're learning it online, you're working it online, and you also get to attempt the test papers on our web portal. There will be a communication class for 25 hours, English communication. You will be taught Python for 12 hours, Python language. The career skills, if you saw the other one, the leadership, email writing, business writing, everything. So you will be taught that for 25 hours. There will be mentors from the industry who will interact and talk to you for 5 hours. And we will personally help you to build your LinkedIn profile for the next 10 months. So this is what we will teach you in the program. These are the mentors for our program. All these people were part of our Kerala Summit. And this is a participant profile that we are looking at. And so every second Saturday and fourth Saturday, the program will happen. It's not from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have changed the time. It is going to be from 2:30 to 4:30, second Saturday and fourth Saturday. And the subscription fee is 500 rupees per month. So we kept it as 500 rupees per month. It's like 50 rupees per hour, so that everybody can afford it. So my thought is, every student, even if he's the son of a rickshaw driver or an architect's daughter, I think 50 rupees per hour or 500 rupees per month is something which is affordable for everybody. And with 15 students, you can imagine how much money I'll be making in a month, 7,500. So it doesn't mean a lot in terms of numbers, but I want those 15 students to remember me 15, 20 years down the line, saying that iSkew Intellect was one of the best things that has happened in my life during the lockdown or Corona. So we aim to do that. We aim to build leaders, influencers. We are aiming to ensure that we build a solid career for our students. So that's the whole idea of iSkew Intellect. Do we get participation certificate now, sir? Just crazily asking. Anish, it will take some time because we need to check the people and stuff. So it might take some time. Yeah. Thank you, Anish. But we will get it done for you. Yeah. So anything else? Any other questions? Anything that you guys would like to ask? Please go and spread the word with your friends. I'll be very happy if you could spread the word, because we might come back with a similar summit for Karnataka students. If we get like a good number of students, we are planning to do. Anyone? Any questions? Okay, all right. So I think we're pretty much done. So thank you everyone. It was a pleasure meeting all of you. So thanks for your time, your attention, and your data. You guys take care of yourself and stay safe.